Hello, everybody. It's Wayne from E-Stim Systems and
Wifey.
And welcome to our live stream. It's a little bit of an interesting live stream because for some reason we seem to have one of the test team here. I'm not sure what Bones is actually doing here, but he decided he wanted to come. And for some very strange reason, somebody else decided they wanted to come due to popular demand. But
I've got a fan club.
Yes, we'll hear about the fan club in a minute. However, due to popular demand, yes, it is coming up to Halloween, so we decided to have a little bit of a Halloweeny style live stream. Evening all, evening Dave Roberts. Hi Rachel, Toothless E-Stim. Oh, they're all ganging up on us already.
I know.
So we've got an interesting live stream tonight. We've got quite a few Q&A questions have cropped up recently, so we've got a bucket full of questions.
Any spikes?
Any spikes. And there is going to be some discussion about spikes, so I'm told, because I just get told these things, I have to do these things. Caz is back by popular demand.
I've got a fan club.
She's got a fan club. Go and tell everyone the story.
A couple of days after the live stream, I'm sitting in the office, manning the phones, and I have a lovely conversation with a customer who says how wonderful I was on camera. So hello, if you're watching, you know who I'm talking about. It was just really nice to sort of suddenly going from being that person who just sits in the back of the studio pressing the buttons while this one talks about things to...
Oh, so she presses the buttons.
So to
Explains
can you
a lot.
actually appear on camera more? So look, I'm back.
Archaic Revival. Hello, Toothless E-Stim Systems. Yeah, I agree. No spikes. Spikes are not allowed in this conversation. But unfortunately, I think we've got spikes in this conversation at some point. Bananas. But oh yeah, we had a slight technical issue. And about 10 minutes ago, we decided that we weren't going to bring Banani in because Banani's suffering a little bit. Banani had a little session, shall we say, with Bones here, and it didn't go down too well. Banani's a little bit deflated, but we do have something we found in the fridge. So we have 1 or 2 bananas and a rather strange-looking dodgy apple. Loving the bananas. So... why are we here today? Well, we're here today because it is time for our monthly live stream. And unlike Joanne's reviews, hello, Joanne and crew,
Hi, guys.
who manage this every single week. We can only manage it once a month. It's been an interesting month. We've actually done our first... Are you adjusting yourself?
I thought I could see my boobs.
She thought I could see the boobs. Oh, no porn. No, we're not. We don't do porn here. This is YouTube.
No, it's corn.
It's corn. But no, we've been quite busy this week and quite busy this month. We've actually done our first podcast with somebody who's not E-Stim. You might not know. I'm going to press a little button now, see if this works. Hey, yeah, that's me. I also do a podcast called I Make Sex Toys, which is available on all major popular players, Apple, Spotify, and virtually every other player on the planet that I could stick it into. But basically... I've managed to cajole someone that we've known for quite a while, Sean from Leather Delights. Now, if you don't know who Leather Delights are, they are a very nice company who make bondage wear, leather gear, that sort of thing. And they haunt BBB, LFF. Well, they can't haunt LFF because that hasn't been around.
No,
Sorry, BBB and LAM and a number of other events. So we decided we want to have a chat because they've been in the industry for nearly as long as us. We decided that we were going to have a chat about life, the universe and everything, and a few of the things that they have issues with. And that made a very interesting podcast, which should be out in a couple of weeks once I finish editing it. But, hi guys! Yep, people are racking up those hellos.
Hello.
But we decided that, we were going to do a podcast and it's going quite well. And it's quite good fun. But anyway, back to E-Stim. So this month has been a busy month. Lots of questions. Are we actually going to do some of these questions? I don't know. Are we going to do any of the questions?
I don't know. You have to ask Banana. He left you a present.
Right.
1,
Excuse me.
2, 3.
Just pass them.
No, you should better get the questions
I
out.
can get the questions out. So we're going to do Q&A. Why do I get the first question that says that?
What's that?
No, we're not.
What's
Someone's
that?
just asked, are we releasing anything new?
My precious.
I don't know. I didn't know we were releasing anything new. Are we releasing anything new?
No, nothing new.
No, clearly
there's
we're
nothing coming.
not releasing anything new this month. No. quite surprised it actually worked.
Yeah, that's why it says magic.
Are we going to launch anything new? You have to wait a little bit longer.
You never know.
You never know, because we're going to do the Q&A first. Well, let's face it, we've got to keep you watching.
And we've got spikes.
Oh, and we've got spikes as well.
Yeah,
Anyway,
spikes.
the first question. Why don't you do a stand like Joanne's? Because Joanne's done a very nice stand for the 2B. If you want to buy a stand for the 2B, at the moment, you need to go and talk to Joanne of Joanne's Reviews. We don't currently do a stand for the 2B. Are we going to do a stand for the 2B? Who knows? We don't generally discuss new products in advance of releasing new products, although I think we might be doing that a little bit later today, which sort of makes that a bit of a misnomer. More bananas.
You and your bananas.
Okay, my cable broke after a year. Can I have a replacement?
No.
Unfortunately not. Cables are considered to be consumables, and after a year, if you have a cable...
Oh.
What have you just dropped?
Banana.
He's just dropped the bananas.
It's
If
got
you've
to
had
see
if you've had a cable for a year, you're actually doing pretty well. So the answer is, unfortunately, no. We would class a cable as consumable, so you need to buy another cable. Do you want to open the one up?
I'm going to do
Otherwise,
that. Okay.
I'll end up with all the questions, and it'll be a little bit. Don't forget, if you have any questions yourselves, if you have any questions yourselves, please put them in the comments, and we will do our best to answer them. We're here. That's what we're here to do.
We actually had a customer ask this week. Will you fix my Access? If you don't actually know, the Access is a control box made by
Another company
that's not ours. So I'm sorry, unless you have an E-Stim Systems box, we can't fix it because it's not our technology. We don't know what the components are going to be. And all we can say is, yeah, you can send it back and then buy one of ours instead.
Can you fix an Axis? No.
I think let's get into this. I've got to do another one. Okay.
Oh, what's this?
Bones has been on the drink. Okay.
Go, get away. God. Anyone would think this was... Oh, it's just another can.
Can I have a discount code?
Can I have a discount code?
You will be surprised at how many times a day, not a week, a day, we get the same emails with, I have got XYZ in my shopping basket. Can I have a discount code? The simple answer is no.
Well, actually, the simple answer is, unfortunately, no. We have to be polite.
If we are ever having discount codes or promotions, the main way to find out what's happening is to pop onto the website and join our newsletter, because you often find out before the discounts go live what's coming. So you never know. We are sort of in October.
Shh. Anyway, we've got some questions from the crowd. Questions from the crowd. Mike P374, love the handle. That's like CBs. Showing my age now. What do we call them? Tags or names or something. Can I repair a cable? Sort of. Sometimes it depends where it breaks. Most of the time, cables tend to break where the join is, in terms of you've got the molded side and the cable, and because it's always pivoting like that, eventually the tiny little wires inside, they're the bits that break. You could try chopping it and stick it back together and sort of strip the wires and stick it back together. It's up to you. I mean, but I do know people who do that.
1.5 metre cable
soon gets to about 6 inches, which doesn't work. Dave Roberts uses heat shrink tubes on the cables. Yep, no, good idea that, Dave. Anything that's going to try and stiffen them up. The problem we have with cables... You having the wrong question or something?
I've had that one twice now. Put it back in the box.
You put it back in the box. The problem we have with cables, we have to balance between having a cable that's flexible enough to actually be usable against something that is going to last longer. I mean, I would love to have really thick silicon cables with sort of hundreds of strands of copper inside them. Unfortunately, they cost an arm and a leg, and then they don't bend very well. So when you put them in the box, almost the cable starts to move the box around, and it just doesn't work. So we have to balance between the two, and over time, we think our cables are reasonable. They work for us. I mean, we use them in our testing environments. So we actually have a test rig which we use normal cables to plug from our boxes into the test rig to do final testing, and they last us probably 6 months, and we're using them 100 times a day, in and out, in and out, in and out. Yeah, we're not pulling on them and twisting them as you might do if you're playing, but they still get pulled about, and yeah, they last about 6 months for us. I mean, we've got cables in our personal play box that have lasted a lot longer than that.
I got our play box out last night, and I got the cable. I think that's been in there
20
6 years, and it still worked.
Yeah, but you did pull the sticky pads out, which we didn't notice, and they were all stuck together.
The sticky pads were stuck together.
Makes a change not being stuck to the cat, I suppose.
Yeah,
anyway,
it does make a change not being stuck to the cat.
Why do I get these questions?
Because you can have that one.
Oh, right.
Any more questions on that?
Heat shrink definitely helps to reduce the strain. It helps to reduce the strain on the cables. I'm not sure it helps reduce the strain when you're doing a live stream and you get questions like this.
Well, you asked me one of the questions. He's going to have a giggle fit now.
No, I'm going to. Can I use olive oil instead of gel? I would strongly recommend against it. The conductive gel that we use, the conductive gel we sell, is manufactured especially for us. It's actually slightly thicker than normal conductive gel because we wanted something a little bit more gloopy. We didn't just want it coming out and it pours off and runs off down the table. I wouldn't use things like olive oil. I wouldn't use Crisco, mainly because they're not really... I'm not sure about the levels of bacteria that are going to build up when you use them inside the body, potentially. So stick to something that's actually designed for it, like conductive gel. So I wouldn't recommend using olive oil instead of gel.
Okay, can I use a power supply? I better get my tongue in. Can I use a power supply with my electro pebble?
Do you want to say that in English?
Can I use my power supply with my electro pebble?
Ooh, someone's getting a little bit YouTubey voicey.
Influencing.
Would you like me to get the big microphone out?
Oh, are you influencing them? Are you influencing them?
Hold on, I'm just going to stay there.
Hello. Can you hear me up there? Oh, it's getting bigger.
I was wondering when that was going to happen. Excuse me while I adjust the set.
Why Wayne puts the set back together? The simple answer is the pebble is not designed to be used with a power supply. It's designed to only be used with a 9-volt battery because we class it as being an intermediate level unit. If you do want to have a control unit that's run by a power supply, then it will be the 2B is the way to go. Look at a good view of your armpits.
I apologise for my armpits.
The 2B is the way to go because it has actually been designed specifically so it can be used with a power supply as well as a battery.
That's a big... Dave Roberts, no, unfortunately, Dave, that was not...
That was not planned.
That wasn't a big electrode. That was the microphone that was sitting over Caz's head, which was actually pointed to the back of her head. So hopefully the audio levels have improved very slightly. And apologise for the slight musical interlude.
I know you care enough to make sure I don't get a bump on the bonnet.
Toothless E-Stim nerd is killing himself laughing at the moment.
See,
we got another question. Can you explain the output map? No.
You designed it.
Okay, I designed it. 2B. Do I have a 2B floating around?
2B or not 2B? That's just the question. Oh, I do have a 2B.
I have a 2B. This is a 2B. This is the top of range power box that we manufacture, and I wrote the code. And yes, for those of you out in good old Reddit land, I am the person who wrote the bulk of the code in this. There are other people who've written other bits of code for us. There are more than one person in our coding team, because guess what, we talk to people. But yeah, I wrote the bulk of this. E-Stim Systems 2B has some new firmware coming out. If you want to access this new firmware, you need the digital link, and all you need to do is go to the forum, and it's what we call our beta code. It's been out in the current incantation, which is 2.127, for about 6 months, and it's generally going down quite well, so it looks like this is going to be pretty close to the one that we actually release. Code, the firmware, has lots of new functionality, and one of which is something called an output map. Now, an output map is basically like having gears in a gearbox. So if you think about a car, when you're in first gear, you can start off and you can start moving the car. Once you get into going onto motorway speeds, you won't be driving at motorway speeds and first gear. So the actual way the engine, the relationship between the engine and the accelerator, it changes through the gearbox. And effectively an output map on the 2B, which is only available on the beta firmware at the moment, changes the relationship between what you see as a level and what you feel as an output. So one output map will go from effectively there to there, and the next output map will go from there to there, and it might be a little bit more aggressive. At the moment there are 3 output maps, there's A, B and C, and one's designed to be very similar to the current 2B 2.106. One is designed to be a lot more aggressive, and one is designed to be a little bit in the middle. And output maps are something that we're still playing around with. So basically think of it as a way of adjusting the response of your 2B in terms of levels. You don't have to use it, you can just use it in a single output map and just leave it there. But it just gives the 2B more ability to change things and experiment with them, find out which one you like. Stuck to the cat, is that a euphemism? No. That's a story from our past. And yeah, we did play once
at home
with sticky pads, and we managed to finish play. And normally our advice is when you finish with a sticky pad, you peel it off the skin, pin it back onto the carrier sheet, and then you can use it again. After a while they do get a bit manky and hairy, so it doesn't last forever, but you can use them more than once. Unfortunately, one of us peeled it off, and I don't know how it got there.
We were looking for the carrier sheet.
It ended up on the cat, and you saw this poor cat running away with
It wasn't
a sticky
connected
pad.
to anything.
It wasn't connected to anything. It was just a sticky pad with a little white tail. But
The cat at the time
it's very,
was
very
only
sticky.
tiny, so it wasn't my fault.
So yeah, we'll try and avoid sticking it to the cat again.
Can I use 2 boxes at the same time? Yes, you can actually, because you can use a Pebble and a Helix, or a Pebble and 2B, or 2 Pebbles, or 2 remotes. Because the units are individual, they're not going to interact with each other. So yeah, it's perfectly safe to go and use 2 boxes at the same time. It can be quite fun having 2 boxes at the same time as well.
Should we go for 3?
We can go for 3. It's after
yeah,
the bananas
After
again.
the banana. Toothless E-Stim Nerd. All natural wooden beam. Woo! Show off.
Hang on.
We've got an all natural stainless steel rod. And a banana.
You can no, we're not doing like
Hang on.
no discount codes.
Is that another one?
Yeah.
Or did you put the same one back in?
No. Why do I have to send my box back for you for repair? Why can't you just send me a new one? Simple thing is, you have a choice, and I am sorry to say this. If you do actually need your unit repaired, providing you are the original owner, we will repair the unit for you under the lifetime guarantee. All we'll do is we'll ask you to contact us, and then we'll give you a reference code. You'll then come back to our offices, we'll log it all in, we'll pass it over to the tech team, who take around 5 to 7 days to have a look at the repair, and then we'll send it back to you. That's your lifetime
It's sometimes
guarantee.
quicker.
Sometimes it can be quicker.
But we need to get the box
But
back
we do need to get something
to repair it.
Sometimes
We're
we do
not a
get
magician.
people say, look, I've broken, my box has stopped working. We do have a criteria. We do ask the obvious ones, like, have you changed the battery?
Strange enough, that's quite common.
That's a very common one. Have you checked the cables? A second common occurrence. And then they come out, well, can't you just send me a new one? But I'd love to send you a new one. You'll find it at the following link on the website. Is the answer. So
How do you get on with these ears? They keep sort of
you're not used to when headphones in ears, are you?
No.
So the simple answer is, we can't just send you a replacement box, but if you do need to have a repair carried out on any of your controllers, regardless of the age, even if you've got one back from 20 years ago when the Series 1, which is still supported, we will still repair it for you, providing you are the original purchaser. No,
Yes is the answer.
Yes is the answer. But no, we can't send you a replacement.
It's a bit difficult for us to repair something if we haven't got it. And why do we repair stuff?
And
Because
also the fact that sometimes it can you send me another one, it means I've got an access part on a Series 1 or a Helix, so I don't want to pay for it.
no comment on that one. But no, at the end of the day, if something fails, we need to know why it's failed. And when you're offering a lifetime guarantee, it's completely different to most manufacturers who will literally just,
Sure.
it's out of warranty, it's going to get thrown in the bin. We're not interested. You just need to buy another one. With us, we need to look at how things are faring over a longer period of time. We need to understand the longevity of certain components, certain processes, and yeah, things break, things fail. And we always look at what the failure points are and try and improve them, which is why there have been more than one version of a 2B, which is why if you've got 2Bs that failed prior to 2023, we will do some mods to them when they come back to us for repair, because the later versions after 2023 are, put it bluntly, quite bomb-proof when it comes to output channels and things like that. I think since 2023, I believe we've only had, touch wood, one failure on an output channel. And that's still sitting on my desk because I'm trying to work out exactly why it failed. They're bomb-proof. We changed a number of components. We actually fitted a little extra daughter board to older units. That's the reason why we offer a lifetime guarantee. And that's the reason why it needs to come back to us. Because, yeah, you can probably find Joe Bloggs down the road who thinks he knows which hot end of a soldering iron to use.
I'm an electrical engineer.
Yeah, I'm an electrical engineer and I stuck my test meter into it and it doesn't work. It's like, yeah. If you want to carry on playing with your box for as long as you possibly can, then yeah, it needs to come back to us and we can then facilitate a repair. Worst comes to the worst, if we can't repair it, yeah, we will replace it. That hardly ever happens. 99 times out of 100, we'll repair it. And we end up with happy customers. And that's the thing I really like. I got accused on Reddit yesterday. Yeah, Reddit's my pet hate at the moment, of only being after people's money. Well, if that was the case, I wouldn't be offering a lifetime guarantee. I wouldn't be doing live streams like this. And I wouldn't be professing the fact that actually the one thing I really enjoy is happy customers, because it makes me feel all glowy inside.
You know what they need? Spikes.
Spikes. We're not talking about spikes yet. I'm still answering questions.
Oh, we've still got questions.
We've got questions. Dave Roberts, 2 boxes for nipple play. Yep, 2 boxes for nipple play is a great idea, because the one thing with nipple play is you're trying to avoid putting current across the chest.
Yeah.
Either use 2 boxes because you'll get a physical isolation between those channels, or use something like a 2B because a 2B has galvanic isolation on its outputs, so there is no possibility of current going from one side to the other. 2 options there. Use 2 boxes or use something like a 2B which has isolated outputs.
The sticky pads are good for nipple play.
That's a good option for nipple play. Yep, the guarantee is amazing. I've sent my boxes back a few times, but except they failed, but the response is great. Thanks, Mike. We do try. I would love to be able to create something that never fails. We will get there one day, I hope. Who knows? But we do our best, and it's great to know that it's actually being...
And we do our best to try and get them turned around as quickly as possible.
I think Dave Roberts has been reading Reddit, yes. Reddit's one of those places. I'm not going to go into a rant here. Reddit's one of those places. No, I'm not having a stampy pants.
He's having a stampy pants moment.
Reddit is one of those places where people feel free to say what they wish, and they're perfectly entitled to do that. Except people forget that I get to read Reddit and I get to say the things that I really feel sometimes. It does sometimes really hit you when people come out with complete and utter drivel, and they forget that there's actually a human being at the other end of this. I mean, if you're going to sit there on Reddit or any other social media and make accusations that become very personal, then yeah, we are going to take it personally. And yeah, I wish people wouldn't do it, really. I mean, if you disagree with my processes, if you don't like the products, fine. I've got no issue with that. There are plenty of other manufacturers out there copying the ET312. Yeah, copying the ET312. It's nice to see other manufacturers, when they eventually produce a product that isn't a copy of an ET312. But there's lots of people out there, lots of options, lots of choice. So you don't really need to just sit there and tell me that I'm only in it for the money, etc., etc., etc. Because, yeah, that becomes quite personal. And, yeah, I do grind my teeth and fetch me my keyboard rage and then have a little breather and even shock horror. Hit the block button. The Reddit comments were bang out of order. Yeah, but that's life. People feel the need to say these things. I mean, it's social media. It's not just Reddit. Reddit tends to be a little bit more Wild West sometimes. But I've seen the sort of things on social media in general. And sadly, if you're actually... I've still got this one to do. If you're putting yourself out on social media, to a certain extent, we have to expect it. It would be nice to have a little bit more accountability. If I say something on social media, I'm quite happy to stand up in front of the person I'm saying it to and say it to their face. A lot of these people hide behind their keyboards, and you feel that, yeah, would you actually say that to me in front of me and not expect a punch in the nose? But Anyway, I don't condone violence.
Double
Why
discount.
are your electrodes all made of metal? Why can't you use plastic? It would be lighter. Okay. Plastic generally doesn't conduct. Ah, it's Caz's fan club. Hello, we mentioned you. You need to listen to the live stream a little bit earlier because we were talking about
mentioned
it.
at the beginning, and it was so lovely talking to you on the telephone, and you sort of made my day that day.
You made her day. She spent the rest of the day talking about it. And it's even made into the live stream. Anyway, spikes. Right. Yeah, there was a conversation. In fact, there's been several conversations with Joanne's reviews because lots of people seem to have an obsession with putting spikes into everything. What's wrong with nice smooth materials, with nice smooth, you know what I mean. And yeah, Joanne's coming up with some great creations which have lots of spikes in it. And we were like, yeah, we're not doing spikes. And then this one pointed out that we do actually do spikes. And I was like, do we? Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you want something spiky and you don't want it
An E-Stim.
An E-Stim, and you don't want it to be inserted or to go around a certain member of your body, you can always go for these.
Oh, do I get to press the button?
You get to press the overhead camera.
Oh, there's the overhead camera.
That overhead camera, look. We have a nice...
Actually, can I do that one?
Can we have an extreme? We have a nice...
I don't like that one.
Spiky electrode pinwheel, which is really good for skin plate because you have the nice little spikes. It's quite nasty already.
Ow.
But also because this one is bipolar, because you have two contacts, so you plug it in your cables here and you have your two contacts here and here. This can be used anywhere on the body, so you can use it across the breast, down the back, over a lady's labia, upper man's. It has spikes. We really, really, really like spikes.
Spiky, nasty things. So we do spikes.
And you need a bit of conductive gel for it to work.
I really don't like spikes.
Do we have any more questions?
Do we have any more questions? Smooth is best. Yeah, Mike, completely agree.
No.
He's my latest fan. I like Mike. Okay. Can you make a custom triple with a wider base?
No.
By an M.
No.
It's the question, right? Can you make a custom triple with a wider base? I'd buy an M with an XL base. I'm afraid that if the top part will go inside, so will the base, and then oops. I'm actually going to say yes and no. Well, do we do custom electrodes? I mean, the simple answer is no, we don't. The reason we don't do custom electrodes is because the amount of time it takes us to do the initial design and then build up the code for the machines to run, it just becomes, it's not financially viable. However, what we do is we listen to customers and comments like this, and my answer is watch and see what might happen in the future. The triples are relatively new. In fact, they've been out. When did we bring them out? May. We are now beginning to look at the feedback we're getting from people and look at whether we can do variations and versions of them. And there are plans for more triples. There are plans for more shapes and sizes based on the triples. You're not doing what I think you're doing. No, you're not going to. No.
I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, you're not doing anything at the moment because I've got to talk about the other ones first.
Yep.
So the simple answer is no, there's no plans to do a custom one, but there are plans to do new versions of the triples. I've actually found with the current style of triple, because of the bulk of the base, you really, really, really would have to push it in quite far to make it go all the way in, because you've got that sort of double. In fact, here's one I made earlier. So this triple, you actually got that element of that and that. It would assembling one with parts from different sizes. Yeah, the problem is, although some of them are actually intermixed, you're going to end up with sharp edges on corners and things. So just assembling one from a different set isn't really going to work. Doing different shapes, different sizes, yeah, that's on the cards, whether we do larger bases, larger midpoints, larger heads, longer, different finishes, different effects, all sorts of things like that are possible, and we're looking at it. I'd be very surprised on the larger ones getting them further than this point, and even on the smaller one, there is a difference between this and the neck, so you still get that element of retention there. You would have to push it quite considerably to get it to go further. I mean, in theory, even something like a flanged electrode, which has quite a wide 50mm base, theoretically, you could push that all the way in if you really pushed it. The answer is, please don't push it too far. feedback like that is fantastic and really valuable for the simple reason that, yeah, we will listen and we'll look at it and go, yeah, that's something that we think we should aim for. So watch this space. I'm going to put these back, and then I'm going to talk about something.
Put them straight.
I have to put them straight. Right, I'm now going to give you a little bit of a history lesson. Can I press the magic button? Where's the magic button?
Yeah.
I think it's that one. Ladies and gentlemen, meet something that has been around as long as we have. These are electro wands. These are effectively a monopole electrode, which has a conductive ribbed for her pleasure, although it's quite nice for him as well, and a handle. And the idea was this is one contact, use a sticky pad or something else, and there we are. There's the thing. These have been around literally since we started, so 20 years. They're okay, but I must admit, they look a bit clunky. I like this one. That one is too big for me, and I'm not sure which one. You just sort of look at them and go, yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, we're not going to tell anyone, are we?
No, mine.
Oh, I mean, they're sitting there waiting for us.
Yeah.
So,
But
yes,
hang on,
we've...
Put the screen up there.
You want the screen? So we're going to do some magic now.
Right.
Are you ready for this? If this works, this will be a miracle. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Yeah. Quick, hide them. Nobody's supposed to see these yet. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, meet the magical. Believe in the magic, because I really like that slogan. And I have checked. Hopefully, Believe in the Magic isn't actually owned by anyone. But if it is, I apologise. I'll stop using it. But these are new bipolar electro wands, and they are quite magical. Somebody was testing them yesterday. Well, we've been testing them for a while. Somebody decided to have a last-minute test once she knew that she was coming on here. And 2 hours later, it's like, darling, are you actually going to finish anything? She's like, no, I'm liking these. So these are bipolar. So basically we have a head, an insulator, and a neck, and a nice handle, which is all nicely contoured. Can I use my magic button again? There we are. So you can see now.
They're not Skittles.
Yeah, they are not Skittles, although we sort of keep calling them Skittles. So you have the handle, 2 contacts in the base. We'll take a 4mm connector, and they do also take the right angle connectors. One connects to the head, one connects to the neck. And you have this really nice, smooth, almost delicate entry. There is a little tiny ridge here. Now this is there purely as a tactile function. This allows you to feel with your hand where the end of the handle is and where the conductor starts. But if you actually do want to push it further in, you don't have any issues. There's no guard or anything there. It's not like a sword, so you're not... It's been a bit of a blast. We currently do 2 sizes. So we do what we call the small and the large. Head size, small is 1.5 inches diameter. The large is a 2-inch diameter. As you can see, they're a little bit different. In fact, another close up there. There we are. Camera. That's what they are. And this is what we've been hiding. Now, the first question someone's going to ask is, when can I have one? And the answer is 1st of November. These will be on retail sale from us from the 1st of November. They've been quite a hit. I mean, from a concept that was, we need to take our wands and make them a little bit more interesting. And I admit, yes, the original design drawings for these...
Original comparison.
Original design drawings for these were dated 2020. So I've been planning this for a while. I just never got around to it.
It is actually. It's just slightly shorter. It's not ridged, but it's the whole smoothness, especially from a female perspective, is really quite comfortable. And having the bipolar option, you can either have the head as a positive and the neck as and that part as negative, or vice versa. And it can produce some very interesting sensations. They are rather nice when being used. They're my new favourite toy.
They're your new favourite toy. Are these more interesting than the spikes?
Yeah, in terms of where they go, yes. And
we
before
would suggest
anybody
you
asks,
purchase.
no, you can't have a discount code off them.
No, you're sorry, we don't. We've got no whoop whoops. Although my Halloween, no, Halloween's back
You
again.
can Halloween, but no
So
whoop whoops.
the first question I've got, hopefully there's still people out there watching us and not going, "Oh, this was a complete waste of time." Is what do you think? Do you think you like them, or do you think they're a complete waste of time?
Sexy.
Yeah, they actually really do feel nice. We did get asked by one of the people that basically the way we work is we'll manufacture these, we'll play with them ourselves, we'll test them ourselves, and then we'll send them out to a few discreet people who have connections with the industry sometimes, or just friends of ours who we know like playing with E-Stim, to get some feedback. And one of the questions we had was, why aren't you doing them as polished? That was immediately followed by, please don't do them as polished. Or if you do them as polished, can you offer the satin as well? The answer is because actually we get the polishing done externally. It takes enormous amounts of time, about 8 weeks sometimes, when we send them out to the polishers and then have to wait for them to come back. And we wanted something that was actually much more us. And the satin finish that we do, it's just lovely. It retains lube quite well.
Sparkly.
Dave Roberts, more for women than men.
No, they're not, Dave.
I would see. This is an interesting one, Dave. The answer is yes and no.
Because it's slightly longer, Dave. Obviously, for gentlemen, you like to have your prostate stimulated. Because it's slightly longer, you could actually insert that further into the anal passage, and because
It's an
bipolar,
interesting sensation.
you can then have another contact as a loop around the gentleman, and you'll then get, especially on triphase or the 2B, and then you'll get the 1-2, the loop over the prostate. So you only get the sensation drawn across.
You know how she knows all this, don't you? And it was that one, not that one.
No, you said no. I told you it was that one, but it was actually that one.
I don't. Sorry, to it. No. Yeah, really.
Yeah,
I have to be warmed up for
but
that.
no, they are.
They're one of those things that they're not designed for anyone specific, and most of our products, actually, in fact, all of our products, apart from probably sounds, because of the length and the fact
ladies
that
do use sounds.
I said that's why I commented
I
about the
think
length.
penis plugs is the one.
Although I do know a lady who uses a penis plug. Generally, we don't do specific, that's for male, that's for female, because we believe our users, it's up to them how they use the product. If they wish to use it in a particular way, then feel free. Generally, it's going to be safe, and if it's comfortable for you and you enjoy it, why not? So it's not a case of it's more women than male. It's the fact that certain aspects of it are going to appeal to certain aspects of how people play.
And the curve texture of it, Dave, isn't actually too different. And appearance isn't actually too different. Yeah, I know that looks rude. Isn't actually too
No,
different.
it was the Toothless E-Stim said Caz has a stunt cock too.
But yeah,
Yes.
the curve hair, if you look at the flow, that's got quite a nice curve. And you'll be surprised how many gentlemen like to use the flow. So this, again, you could say that the flow collection is female centric, but it's not actually.
I think the only reason the flow sometimes gets picked up as being female is because it's red.
Yeah.
If we did everything that's black and
No, we're not doing this with a red handle.
No. One of the reasons is when you buy plastic, and we buy engineering and medical grade plastics, they are astronomically expensive if you go at anything that's not black.
And hard to get hold of.
And it becomes hard to get hold of. And you end up going, well, I want 50 mil diameter. And they say, well, we've got 80 mil diameter, which generates so much waste. It's just, no, we don't do
and
it.
speaking of coloured plastic, you may notice over time, if you do buy one of our medium electro eggs, I don't think we've got any here, the colour's now going from red to black. And that's because we are actually phasing out the red on the electro eggs.
Yeah.
We're trying to get into, because we're trying to get them to keep everything as uniform as possible. Although the red collection is staying.
At the moment, yes.
At the
Red
moment.
collection is staying. Although we still have people going, it's not red. It's like the black collection's not black. No, it's silver
But no,
with black bits.
first impressions from a user's point of view, as Wayne said, I did sort of spend a bit of time playing with it yesterday and last night.
And the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that. Yeah. It's
They
the first
are-
time they came off the machine, it was like, Caz, where's the prototypes? In my bag.
They are
Okay,
they
yeah, fine.
are very, very nice, and I'm sure this one enjoyed it as well.
I did. It's an interesting sensation, as I say, because unlike a lot of our electrodes, which tend to be very, I wouldn't say angular, because I like the flow because it's quite a nice curve and it slides in. But also, it's unusual to have an electrode that has a substantial handle on the outside. So you can actually manipulate it, and you can manipulate it yourself. So if you're actually playing internally that way, then solo play. But if you've got someone controlling it from the outside, they've got a nice substantial handle to twist and poke, for want of a better word. And we deliberately made these handles part of the electrode. So if you want to go a little bit further because you're a depth junkie, then you can without causing any massive issues because you don't have this big plate or something here. But equally, if you've got lube all over your hands or you've got rubber gloves, it's nice to hold. And it's sort of split between a size that I'm liking because I'm a man and I've got big hands. But equally, Caz with her smaller hands has found this is quite a nice size to hold.
And you don't necessarily have to thrust it either.
No. Oh, the ghost fucking. The
ghost fucking.
Yes.
It does.
There's a ghost.
It does produce a very, very nice ghost sensation. I think because it's that bigger, it just produces it quite nicely.
So yes, these are the new bipolar electro ones. They will be available from us from the 1st of November, not the 11th of January, which some American told me that our dates were wrong. No, we're a UK company, we use UK dates, so 1st of the 11th.
Keep an eye on the website.
So keep an eye on the website. They will be plastered all over YouTube and all over everything else. We are planning to do some videos talking about how to use them, how to clean them. They can be disassembled. So using our normal Allen key at the bottom, unscrew the central bolt, head comes off, insulator comes out, neck comes out, and then there's another bolt, second bolt, that actually retains the neck to the base. So really easy to take apart, really easy to clean. Not many parts to lose, although people still manage to lose the big bits, which is always concerning.
But it's definitely something I would say add to your toy box.
Yes. I mean, I'd say that because I'm after your money,
no,
so
I'm not just saying it. I'm just saying it from a user's point of view. I've looked at a couple of electrodes recently and no, can't use that, no, can't use that. This is one of those, definitely add to the toy box.
Do you think we're taking it on holiday?
Yeah.
I think that's good. It's going in your hand luggage, not mine.
Doesn't it always?
No. Last time you sent stuff in your hand luggage, they got pinged by the M&Ms.
Yeah, that wasn't as Maltesers. Coming home from Amsterdam, going through security. I've got a bag of M&Ms in my bag. This one gets through security absolutely fine.
I've got this lot. I've got some of these in my bag.
Because if you haven't seen the inside of a Malteser, looks very interesting. They suddenly thought that maybe I was trying to take something back into the UK I wasn't meant to be, and they took my M&Ms off me.
Did they actually take them off you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they sat out with their coffee afterwards.
It's as bad as that lollipop.
No, don't talk about the lollipop.
We don't talk about the lollipop.
No, we don't talk about the lollipop.
She was given a lollipop in Amsterdam, a green one, and only decided to get rid of it about 2 minutes before she went through security.
I forgot it was in my bag, but yeah.
And then went, I wonder if it's drugs. Threw it in the bin and walked straight through security, and I'm just like, I hope
this wasn't the same day they took my M&Ms though.
No,
they did take my M&Ms off me.
But anyway, does anyone else have any more questions?
What's the comment?
The comments, they are amazing. Toothless E-Stim though.
They certainly are. Yeah, no, that's mine.
You've got them. In fact, you've got 4 at home, and there's another set over there.
Yeah, they're yours.
But yeah, this is what we've been.
One for later.
Thank you. This is what we've been waiting for the last 3 months, actually. And we didn't tell anyone until we actually have them in stock. So when they go live on the 1st of
only
November.
because we've been so busy with the triples.
Yes, the triples. The triples have been manic. I mean, I'll be very happy if these are sell as well as the triples. But the triples have been manic. They have been such a hit. And we've had some fantastic feedback, including feedback from today about where we go after the triples. And we will be going after the triples because they keep running away from us. But no, the triples have been fantastic. These, I hope people love. I mean, we certainly do. The feedback we've had from test teams, yeah, we think we like these.
Yeah, it's been some very, very good feedback.
Yeah. And who knows what's coming next, because there are definitely things coming next. In fact, I'm going to check that I haven't lost my notepad,
No,
because we are still creating thank you for listening. Thank you for putting up with us. We've still got, we've got 22 people.
I know.
Hang
on. Thank you for
a great show. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks,
thank
Dave.
you for Mike. Without you, we wouldn't be doing this. We'd be sitting here looking very bored and going, why are we doing this? And we'd give up after a while. If you like live streams, then please go and watch Joanne and her team, because they manage to do this every single week. I think they've just done number 60.
If there's anything on our products you want included in the live stream, please comment below, because obviously we've got our next live stream coming up next month. It will be the last Sunday of the month. It will be the last Sunday of the month. So if there's anything you want included in the live stream, please pop in the comments below. We'll try and cover as much as we can.
Mike P, yeah, I love all your products. I love all your people out there. Silky Glimpses. Oh, that's a nice name there. Silky Glimpses. Got a big thumbs up there. Anyway, please, this is why we do it. This is why we do it, because this is fantastic. I'm feeling all glowy and happy and I'm loving it. But yeah, please leave comments. If you have any questions, please leave them below. We are going to do a highlight version of this, so we'll cut out a few of the bits that went wrong, like the microphone falling down.
There is, as Wayne said, there is a video coming more in depth about these two beautiful people here.
Yes, we're doing some videos, so keep an eye on the YouTube channel and keep an eye on our social media. We also do exist on Twitter, although I believe it's now called X. And even the BBC have decided that they're going to call it X.
And Instagram.
Instagram, Threads, all the new... Oh, Blue Sky we're on as well. We're probably actually going to drift away from X, because X does seem to get a little bit too political.
And if you want to hear some more fun and games of how the business came around, go and have a listen to the podcast.
Oh, yes, the podcast. Don't forget, we have the next podcast that will be coming out probably in a couple of weeks. Thanks, everyone. Be safe. Have fun. And thanks for watching. And yes, I did still manage to do it under the hour.